Since the dawn of time, people have feared evil creatures of the unseen world. And now these fears have manifested in various forms, and the chain has continued through storytelling as well as religious and spiritual ideologies. Whether you believe the stories or not, guess it's up to you. Hey, welcome back to FTD Facts. I'm your host, Leroy Kenton, and in this episode, we're going to be exploring 10 demons that you definitely should stay away from and pray that you never encounter. Well, if they're real, of course. Number 10 leads us to Jinn or Jinni. Now, they are often referred to as jinn with a D at the beginning of the word, but they are the most ancient form of demons from Arabic and Islamic traditions. They are very mischievous as well as diabolical, and they are said to have the power to take on the form of any human or animal, and they are created from smokeless fire. Jinn are said to be living in a parallel dimension and can actually see all the humans, but no human can really see them. Unless the jinn wants to be seen. But other than that, no, humans can't see them. When they're not in human form, they can live in anything that they want. Like, they can live in trees, they can live in stones, they can even live in the closet in your bedroom. And humans are advised to never disturb a jinn because it might actually trigger them to go and seek revenge. The demon at number 9 is Wendigo. This is a cold-hearted creature with the face of a skull. Now, if you ever pass through the Great Lake region of the United States or the forests of central Canada, then definitely be aware. This demon is known for roaming in the forest to find human prey, and it has immense strength as well as it has great speed, and it's ready to hunt anyone who crosses its territory. It can mimic the human voice as well as it can lure its prey into the forest. The victims of these demons, they eventually turn into another Wendigo, and that's how this demon increases its number. The demon in the number 8 spot is Krampus. Ooh. Okay, so just like Santa Claus, well, Santa Claus is celebrated for being generous and kind and giving gifts to children and all that. But the children of Central Europe, they're definitely warned to avoid this evil Santa Claus known as Krampus. Each year, this demon on the night of the 5th of December torments the villages until sunrise. And if you were a good child the whole year, well, you're gifted with nice things from Santa Claus. But if you weren't a good child, then Krampus is definitely going to seek you out and hit you with a bundle of birch sticks. And for those children who have been very bad, well, Krampus takes them into the forest with them. And Krampus is a creature that is half goat and half human. And Krampus is sort of like a half goat, half demon type of creature. Yeah, very creepy looking. From there, let's look at Pocong. This spirit, who usually lurks in Indonesia and Malaysia, intends to haunt cemeteries and abandoned houses. In Indonesia, it's called Pocong, and in Malaysia, it's known as Hantu Bungkus. It has a pale and shriveled and eyeless face, and it has a floating body. A soul can become a Pocong if the cloth in which it's buried is not removed from the body after 46 days. And now the removal is supposed to set the soul free from the earth. But if the cloth is not removed, then its feet remain bound to the earth. Now, if you ever come across a Pocong, then the only way to avoid it is to lay down and pretend like you're dead. The next demon that you gotta avoid is Asag. Asag is a horrifying demon from the underworld. Its mission is to stop the god named Ninurta, and he also has an army of rock demons that are going about doing his bidding. Asag was once defeated by Ninurta, but after that, he turned against humankind and began to prey on unsuspecting travelers. It hunts humans and rains disease and plagues on them, and it eventually paralyzes its victim. So yeah, definitely you don't want to cross his path. Manananggal comes next. This is a Filipino demon that takes the form of a lovely woman to lure its victims. Now when the sun goes down, this demon shows its real colors. Its real image is having bat-like withered wings, as well as it has fangs like a vampire, as well as long, sharp claws. Now this monster targets men during the day and preys on pregnant women at night, and eats the organs of the babies that are being carried inside of the pregnant woman's belly. Very evil. The next demon to look at is Dullahan. It is the spirit of a man with a missing head and a black robe. Instead of chasing its victims, this demon, who rides on a horse, serves as an omen for ending their life. Whenever the horseman stops his ride, it means that somebody nearby actually will lose their life. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you yourself would, but somebody nearby would. So if you hear somebody's name, then you know that they're going to be this horseman's next victim. It also carries a spine-like whip, and it's suggested to stay at home when there's a full moon outside, because that's when Dullahan really searches and seeks out prey. This ancient Chinese demon known as Nian comes next. Back in ancient China, a Taoist monk by the name of Hongjun Laozu, he came across a village and noticed that the people were locking up their doors to avoid Nian. Now this creature lives high up in the mountains and descends once a year to eat their crops, livestock, and children. Now this demon has the body of a bull and the head of a lion, and Hongjun Laozu, he couldn't see the villagers in this condition, so what he did was he decided to ascend to the mountains on the very evening, and in the nighttime Hongjun Laozu mounted the Nian and took him to the brink of exhaustion. So the people of the village were spared at that time from the horrible terror of Nian. Next up, let's talk about fairy changelings. These fairies are tricksters at their best. These fairies have the power to swap human babies with their own. Now, when the mother is not aware or careful, well then the fairy creeps up and kidnaps the baby. Now, the baby that is put in place of the human baby would be kept in the care of the mother, and the mother won't even realize that it's a different baby. Now, if you ever feel something weird with a newborn, then the only trick to figure out the reality here is to boil water in halved eggshells, and this would make the changeling laugh and howl, which would of course reveal the truth. I'm not saying go out there and try it with babies right now, I'm just communicating what they say you're supposed to do. I'm not telling you to do anything. The final demon on this list is Tengu. This demon can fly and run great distances, and the Tengu can be identified by its fiery red skin and its extremely long nose. The person who does not treat Tengu with respect will become its next victim. Many people believe that Tengu is the restless spirits of former priests and heretics who were wronged by members of their faith and are seeking revenge now. This is thought because Tengu is often found kidnapping monks, as well as robbing temples and possessing women. It is also very hard to fight this demon because apparently they have some crazy martial arts skills. That's all for the video, guys. This was a look at 10 demons that you definitely need to stay away from and pray that you never encounter. I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts about demons and supernatural entities? Do you believe them? Do you think it's all hocus pocus, fairy tale, made up stuff? Wherever you fall on the spectrum of belief, I want to know your thoughts and comments down below. If you made it this far, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you beautiful people in the next episode.